Ready for a quick challenge? 5 general knowledge questions await. Let's see how sharp you are. Get ready to dive into a general knowledge test. How many perfect scores can you rack up today? Let's kick things off. What's a common Italian word for goodbye? Ciao is one of the most recognized Italian words worldwide, used for both hello and goodbye. On to the next. Next up, a fascinating creature. Which fish finds its cozy home in sea anemones to stay safe? Many might think of exotic fish, but it's the clownfish. Their unique mucus protects them from the anemone's sting. Hope you got that one. Switching gears to sports, which tennis legend holds the record for the most men's singles titles at Roland Garros? The answer is Rafael Nadal. With 14 victories, he's truly the king of clay. 2 more to go. Can you keep the streak alive? Only 2 questions left now. Can you name these typical almond-shaped confections from Aix-en-Provence, France? Calissons d'Aix. If you pick nougat, you are close on regional French sweets. These delicious candies even have their own museum. Final question to test your knowledge. Which species of venomous snake is also commonly referred to as an aspic? Not a cobra or a rattlesnake, it's the aspic viper. Found mainly in France and Italy, its bite can even be deadly to humans. Did you finish strong? Ready for a musical blast from the past? What was the nickname given to Michael Jackson? Bambi! A surprising nickname for a global superstar, referring to his gentle nature. Next up, a health fact. Think you know your fruits? Which one packs more vitamin C than an orange? If you chose kiwi, well done. It leaves oranges far behind in the vitamin C race. Now on to something with more bite. Here's a wild one. Which animal renews its teeth up to 50 times throughout its life? Fun fact, a crocodile can have over 3,000 teeth in its lifetime. That's why the answer is the crocodile. Ready for a dive? Time for some stealthy science. What instrument allows a submarine to observe the surface while submerged? Not sonar, not radar, it's the periscope, an optical instrument using mirrors to see without being seen. Ready for history? Our final question for this round. Which king of France was assassinated in 1610? Many might think of later kings, but it was Henri V, King of France and Navarre, who was tragically assassinated on May 14, 1610. What a finish! Alright, next up. Which cartoon character is famously known for his insatiable love of honey? Winnie the Pooh. He can never get enough of his honey, often getting into sticky situations for it. Shifting gears to geography. Into which ocean does the mighty Amazon River primarily flow? Many get this wrong and pick the Pacific, but it's the Atlantic Ocean. The Amazon carves its path across South America, emptying into the Atlantic. Time for a capital challenge. What is the capital city of Senegal? Dakar. If you nailed that, great job. It's a major port city on Africa's Atlantic coast. Let's test your specific knowledge. What is the specialized term for the farming or raising of snails? Did you know there's a specific name for it? It's heliciculture. This practice is common for producing edible snails, often for escargots. Last one for this round. What is the standard duration in years of a presidential term in the United States? Not 2, not 5, and certainly not 6, it's 4 years. A US president serves a 4-year term. Next up, a health question. What do you call a disease caused by a microscopic fungus? Mycosis. This term covers various fungal infections, from athlete's foot to more serious internal conditions. Get ready for the next one. Time for a biology brain teaser. What's the right term for those tiny openings on your skin? Pores. If you guess that, you're spot on. They're essential for your skin's health, letting it breathe and excrete. Don't go anywhere. Music lovers, this one's for you. To which instrument family does the legendary piano belong? A lot of people think string or percussion, classic traps. The real answer is keyboard instruments, thanks to its defining set of keys. Keep the rhythm going. Geography challenge. In which country would you find the city of Suez, home to its world-famous canal? Fun fact, the Suez Canal greatly shortened maritime routes between Europe and Asia. That's why the answer is Egypt. Don't miss the next one. Calling all Potterheads. Which brilliant actress brought Hermione Granger to life on the big screen? Not Evanna Lynch, she played Luna. Not Bonnie Wright, that's Ginny. And not Katie Leung, she was Cho Chang. It's Emma Watson. Final question is coming up. A classic pop culture question. What is the name of the disembodied hand living with the Addams family? Thing. This iconic character is a beloved part of their macabre household. Next challenge. Journey back in time. What was the capital city of the mighty Inca Empire? Cusco. If you picked Machu Picchu, you were close, but that was a royal estate. Let's see your next pick. Let's test your Latin knowledge. What is the primary meaning of the word lapsus? Fun fact, a lapsus linguae is a slip of the tongue. So, slip is the answer here. Don't slip on the next one. For sports fans, which discipline always kicks off a triathlon event? Not running, that's the end. Not cycling, that's the middle. Swimming is always the start. Get ready for the final sprint. Here's a classic trick question. How many years did the 100 Years' War actually last? A lot of people go with 100 years. Classic trap. The real answer, 116 years. Did you catch the trick? Time for a classic art challenge. Who painted The Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog? Caspar David Friedrich. This iconic work perfectly captures romantic era emotion. Moving on. Let's dive into French music, which is a famous song by Etienne Daho. It's Weekend at Rome. You nailed this Daho classic. Next up. To the heart of power. Where in Paris is the Élysée Palace located? Many think Champs-Élysées. It's Rue de Faubourg Saint-Honoré. Luxury shops line it. Ready for more? Let's talk football legends. From which country did Diego Maradona hail? Argentina! Maradona led his team to World Cup glory in 1986. Who's next? A quick word test. What does the adjective austral refer to? Not north, east, or west. Austral refers to the south. Think Australia. Final question. Mythology time. Which animal, legend says, nursed Romulus and Remus, Rome's mythical founders? It was the she-wolf. This iconic legend is central to Rome's foundation myth. Next question. Alright, space fans. What does the final A in the acronym NASA stand for? A lot of people guess aerospace, but it's administration. the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Don't fall for that trap. A maritime tragedy etched in history. In what year did the RMS Titanic tragically sink? The night of April 14, 1912, around 1,500 lives were lost in that disaster. A chilling piece of history. Time for some geography. Which city holds the title for the most populous in Switzerland? Not Geneva, not Bern, but Zurich. It's the largest city, with about 430,000 inhabitants. Did you get it right? Here's a tricky one. Before giraffe, what was this animal's name? From Camelus and Pardus. Camelopard. If you got that, you're a true animal etymology expert. Not an easy one, was it? Next up, a dip into culture. Which dance is traditionally performed by the Vahine in Polynesia? Tahitian dance. These captivating performances often tell stories through graceful hand gestures and energetic hip movements. Feel the rhythm? Let's test your biblical knowledge. According to the Bible, how old did Adam live to be? It's 930. If you thought he lived forever, think again. That's a serious lifespan, don't you think? Time for a quick French lesson. What is the correct abbreviation for messieurs in French? Many go with M, but that's the singular. The real answer is MM. Tricky, huh? Look to the skies. Which celestial body is commonly known as the shepherd's star? It's often the first star to appear in the evening sky. That's why the answer is Venus. Did you spot it? Ready for the grand finale of this round? Which composer is associated with the iconic French can-can from Orpheus in the Underworld? Not Bizet, not Debussy. It's Jacques Offenbach, whose Infernal Gallop became the legendary soundtrack of the French can-can. What a finish! First up, which advanced African nation is Black Panther's home? Wakanda. Its advanced technology comes from the rare vibranium. Did you know that? Next, where would you find the port city of Vladivostok? Russia. If you picked a neighboring country, you were so close. It's on the Pacific coast. Let's buzz into this. What material do bees use for their honeycombs? Fun fact, worker bees secrete wax from their abdomens. That's how they build these amazing structures. The answer is whack. Think you're a wordsmith? What figure of speech is to ascend upwards? Not a metaphor, not an oxymoron, nor hyperbole. It's a pleonasm, saying the same thing twice. Clever, right? Final question. When did Louis Pasteur create the rabies vaccine? Many guess earlier, but the actual answer is 1885, a monumental step in medical history. A trickier one. What does gousset mean in Montreux-Gousset? It's the small pocket for the watch. This term highlights the specific design for carrying these elegant timepieces. Next up. Quick geography check. What is Uruguay's capital? Montevideo. If you got that, you're on top of your South American capitals. Keep this pace. Let's dive into history. Where was the automobile born? Did you know both the motorcycle and the four-wheeled car were invented in Stuttgart? That's why it's the answer. Ready for more? Who earned the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for battling poverty and war? Not Rosa Parks, nor Malala. It was Mother Teresa. honoured for her profound commitment to the world's most vulnerable. One more question coming. Here's a challenging one to wrap up. What do we call a male midwife? Many might think obstetrician, but the specific term for a male midwife is accoucheur. Did you know that? Time for your score. That's it for this general knowledge quiz. Share your score and challenge your friends. See you for the next one.